change is so critical. So, the title of this session is Leading Change, and I think leadership and change are absolutely inseparable. You can't have real change unless you engage in the process of leadership. And really, you're not involved in the process of leadership unless you're intentionally focused on some type of substantive change. If your focus is just the status quo, I would tell you that's not leadership at all. That's just management. That's just a maintenance of what we've already done and what we're going to continue to do. But I think this concept of interdependence is really critical because many of you are in relationships, both at work and in other parts of your life, that are essentially dependent relationships, where you are waiting for someone to provide for you information, knowledge, the authority to take action. You are in dependent relationship, and that's not very healthy. Dependent relationship also happens when only one party in the relationship thinks that it is legitimate to have expectations of the other. If you're in a relationship with your supervisor and the supervisor's posture towards you is, only my expectations are legitimate, yours are not. Only what I say matters, what you say does not. I'll let you know when it's time to change. That's not a healthy relationship, is it? You are in an independent relationship. And I will tell you, whether you like it or not, you have to collude with that. It takes two people. It takes two people to create dependency. Trust is an attitude that we have towards other people. So as an attitude, it's situation dependent, trust who to do what, when, and it's also subject to change. And this attitude represents our willingness to make ourselves vulnerable to someone else in a situation that involves risk. If there's no risk, there's no need for trust, is there? There's no risk, there's no need for trust, and all change is risky. All change is risky, so trust is absolutely critical to change. But let's talk about being trustworthy, because ultimately, we cannot control whether somebody trusts us, okay? You have no control over whether or not your people are ultimately going to trust you. But you have 100% control over how worthy you are of that trust. And that's a good thing. I heard this group in the back when we were doing the exercise talking about leading by example. That's one of the best examples you can set, is that you care about your performance. It is my responsibility to go to people and say, here's what I think could be improved. And a partnership position says, here's what I think could be improved, and here's what I'm willing to do to help improve it. That's interdependence. A dependent type of approach would be, here's what sucks, and you need to fix it, right? Now, if your people come to you with that, I would say celebrate, because at least they're not afraid of you. At least they're coming forward and they're telling you, this isn't working, it needs to be fixed, and celebrate it. But then you want to move them to where they get to the place where they offer suggestions. Okay, well, what would you suggest that we do? Well, I would suggest this. And so that becomes a habit that you try to get them to learn. And then ultimately, you want to get them to the place where when they come to you, they say, this is broke, it's not working. Here's what I think would be a good improvement. Here's what I'm willing to do to make it better. That's true interdependent partnership. Are we going to get all of our people to that place? No. We're not going to get all of our people to that place. But that's my goal.